Court.
Hey, Brad. I was wondering, do you have a minute?
Yeah, Rachel, what's up?
Well, the thing is, we haven't seen Ryan on campus in a few days.
Oh?
Yeah, we think he might have got out.
He got out? Well, what do you mean he got out? He's a 49-year-old male with ADHD. I mean, Rachel, we had a deal.
No, what am I supposed to do? He's not. I can't find them.
Okay. What? Did he take his towel? Rachel, did he take his towel? Hey, buddy. What you up to?
Virginia is for variability. Why about variability of behavior analysis? Because variability is the key to everything. And why about variability in Virginia? Because in Virginia, we've got everything. From the mountain. I think it's one mountain. It's an old mountain, but it's a mountain. From the mountains all the way to the seas and everything in between, from absolutely rural stuff all the way up to crazy big cities. We got it all in Virginia. But you know what? So does behavior. Behavior is variable. The organism emits behavior. So the key to all behavior in the selection process and natural selection and all that stuff, the selection of behavior and the selection by consequences. Oh yeah, what are we talking about? Operant conditioning is variability. The organism is born and behaves and engages in all sorts of crazy behavior, variable behavior. Then the environment acts on it and selects it. Boom. Now you got natural selection from behavior in the environment. So behavior, variability, Virginia.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, well, stay right there. Okay.
Some of you probably have no idea what this is. Probably a lot of you, but just so you know, it's a Buc-ee's. We're at a Buc-ee's to talk about behavior, because behavior is awesome, and there's no better place to observe behavior than at a Buc-ee's. Let me give you a couple explanations here. First off, everything is at a Buc-ee's. That's over 100 gas pumps. Unbelievable. Not a truck in sight. Just all for people like you and me, just driving around down the road. But anyway, inside of a Buc-ee's, it is, well, you know, you're going to see. I'll get a clips in there too. But really, why Buc-ee's for behavior? Because everything is here. You have operant behavior, you have classical conditioning, you have all of it. Motivating operations, discriminative stimuli, which there's a great one inside. And oh man, it's tasty. Let me tell you, when you're in Tennessee, eat food. Anyway, so motivating operations versus discriminative stimuli. Most of us think that a signal is always an SD. It's not. It's usually an MO. So for people that stop at a Buc-ee's to get some food, probably an MO. People that stop at Buc-ee's to get gas, probably an MO. None of those are really SDs, because you wouldn't stop here and get gas if you didn't need gas, which is why it's an MO.
When these guys hoop and holler, the food is hot and fresh, right? Right, so if you want the best fresh sandwich, you wait for them to yell. You don't have to. You can go get the sandwich before they yell, without the yelling. It's still good. You can get the sandwich after the yelling, and it's way better, right? So that's an actual SD.
Anyway, that's about it for a Buc-ee's, where we're talking about behavior. So, but I'm not a spokesperson for Buc-ee's, but if I was, you could pay me. Maybe just a little bit. Anyway, there you go, folks. Have a good time. Stop at a Buc-ee's. It's a kick in the pants. We're at Tops Barbecue because we're in Mississippi, and wow, talk about magnitude. Go get yourself some, because you can eat it all. So the word today on Sitecore, of course, is Mississippi. It is magnitude. So get your Tops Barbecue and make sure that when you're in Mississippi, make magnificent meals a main mission, but do it with moxie and with magnitude. So there you go, Mississippi and magnitude. Have fun. Tennessee, folks. And you know what's about Tennessee? It's Tandem schedules and towels. So just wanted to let Brad know that I did not forget my towel, Brad. I promise you, I got it. I didn't forget it, because all good travelers travel with towels. So in Tennessee, we're going to think about tandem schedules, and I have just completed my tandem schedule in Tennessee. And you know what that is? That is having the most amazing food ever, and you have to do it all across the state. So the first place that we had amazing food in Tennessee was in, what is that, Nashville. And you know what you have to get at Nashville is Hattie B's hot chicken, because oh my gosh, it is hot and it is good, and oh, you're going to wait in line for it, but it's great. So I got that, and then the next piece of the tandem schedule that we needed to complete in order to earn the reinforcer was getting some more barbecue in Memphis, because when you're in Memphis, you absolutely have to have barbecue. And if you saw that, I kind of cheated it a little bit, because you know, we went to Memphis and we got Tops Barbecue, which is really an institute in Memphis, but we got it in Mississippi in order to click off the Mississippi piece. So guess what? We've got Mississippi and Tennessee, and it's all kind of wrapped together. But now that I've completed my tandem schedule of meals in Tennessee, we've got Tops Barbecue here, we had Hattie B's chicken in Nashville, and guess what? Brad is now going to deliver me a reinforcer. Now, the really funny thing about this tandem schedule, folks, is that because it was food that I was after in completing the tandem schedule and the FR1 in each location, I also got reinforced at each piece, which kind of violates the rules of a tandem schedule, but give us a break, folks, we're trying here. So anyway, tandem schedule, both pieces had to be completed in order to get the reinforcer, which Brad will deliver, I hope, sometime or another, but you never know with that guy. Anyway, but you know, an unconditioned reinforcer of good chicken and good barbecue along the way never hurt anybody. So, see ya!
Not again. Hey, Ryan.
So glad he remembered his towel.
Yeah, well, listen, dude. Like, I know you're demanding for attention, but there's like a lot more links to that chain. You know what I mean?
Well, here we are, Arkansas. It's Scoops in downtown, where is this? Little Rock. Anyway, why Arkansas? What's going on? Well, it's an abative effect. So, right? It's first off, it's so freaking hot out here. Unbelievable. Like, so it's abative. It just kills everything. I don't want to do anything except it is like, it does make me want to eat ice cream. So I went in and ate ice cream, and we had ice cream as a family. We had all of us. We ate a ton of ice cream, and they had these scoops. It was great. So it was a single scoop, but it was double. It was a double scoop. Like, it was crazy. You order one and you get two. It was unbelievable. So it has this complete abative effect on anything else. I don't want to eat. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to eat ice cream anywhere else. I don't want to go anywhere. I just want to sit in here and eat more ice. Well, maybe eat more ice cream. That wouldn't be abative. That would be evocative. So, yeah. Anyway, the point is, next time I see a scoop sign, that's probably going to have an evocative effect. But when I eat the ice cream, then it has this amazing abative effect, because I'm just full and there's nothing else I can do. So, Arkansas, the abative state.